Boy, I never ready. I no grudge, nobody thinks I set me hand on the heart. Boy, I never bad mind. Boy, I got a pure.
Hey, we're live on Facebook and we're also live on YouTube at Love 101 FM Jamaica. Listen to what I want you to do. Sign on, rock on, roll on, jump on, whatever you got to do. Just ensure that you and the crew, y'all are on the live.
No bad mind.
Now, my guest inside the live highlight today.
Hey, what is
CEO Prodigal Son. Now, we had him last week and we definitely had to have a part two. Yeah, you know. Because you can't have the CEO one time, you know what I'm saying?
What a time.
Hi, Prodigal. Good afternoon. Welcome back to Live.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great, thanks.
You're welcome. I have to say happy pre-Father's Day because I won't see you on Sunday.
How am I go?
I will see you on Sunday, so I have to tell you happy pre-Father's Day.
Thank you. And
You're
happy
welcome.
Father's Day to all of the fathers them. Well, listen, and the fathers.
Yes, the good and the bad.
Yeah.
All right, so well, Prodigal, he doesn't need any introduction because listen, everybody knows Prodigy. Everybody knows Prodigy. So Prodigy.
Hey, what is
now? Your style of music is basically dancehall gospel, reggae gospel. How do you respond to critics when they say, style, one of your songs you said, what them say? Them calling you this, them call you that because you hear something. Yes. Now, how do you respond to critics when they say those things?
All right, so I'm gonna answer the question two part. Again, thanks for having me. Love FM, thank you so much for having me. And
Blessings.
all right, the younger Prodigal have a lot of things, a lot of whys, a lot of why me, a lot of that. Why me I try my best when I leave me alone. That's Prodigal 20s.
Yes.
Prodigal son now. My answer would be everybody is entitled to their opinion. And some people only have an opinion. Others are blessed to have other things. Why would I want to take their opinion from them?
Yeah.
And everybody' opinion is valid if it's even to them alone.
Yeah.
My way forward is different from my then. I see what I'm doing as my work.
Mm-hmm.
And let me explain that to people who might not understand where I'm coming from. There's a very distinctive difference between your work and your job.
Yes.
What I do in music is my work. My job brings me money and sustainability for myself and my family. My work is what I do for God and fix my soul and win people to the kingdom. So
Mm.
again, this is my work. So whatever you have to say about my work, take it up with God. Now
Yes.
it's a different if you're stepping in front of me and my job because then you're gonna impede the progress of my family and their meals. I'm gonna fight for that one. But
Uh,
I don't fight God battle. Is God's battle is God's battle.
Amen, amen, indeed. Now, what's the difference between your music back then and now? What's the difference?
Methodology.
Meaning,
Uh the message has never changed.
yes.
The message evolves. The message has become more real and mature. It means more to me now than it mean then because back then I was limited by what I know. Years later, I've gained and garnered so much more knowledge and still need to learn more. That the way I approach music is from a different perspective. I don't try to make a hit record. And to God be the glory, I've never tried to make a hit record. I've never gone into the studio and say, may I go make a number one song. No, I've never done that. And that is my way of making music.
Yeah.
When I enter a studio, I approach it where I'm going to give a message. This is what I believe it's supposed to I am supposed to relate to it before anybody else relate to it. If it
Yeah.
don't minister to me, then it not supposed to it not work in a
Yeah.
my opinion. So
Yeah.
that's how I approach music. It is more than music for me, as I say, it's my work, and my work is what I do for God. So when I do it for God, Paul plant, Apollos water, God bring the increase. I'm not worried about the increase. I'm not worried if it go and hit. I'm not worried if the metaphors and the similes and all them things, the symmetrics, those things no matter to me no more.
Nice, nice. I see that that's a microphone. You're recording something. You're working on something in there.
I'm actually in the studio right now.
Oh, you're in this.
I've been, yeah, I stopped to work. I stopped to do your interview.
Nice. I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. Yes, you're working on something.
Yeah. I dropped a song last week, Friday, and you were one of the first person to get it with myself and Quesan Brown. I'm
Yeah, I love that.
I'm about to jump through the phone and find you.
Find me, Prodi, find me. And the song. Listen, the peeps they received that song so well. They kept on saying, "Pull it up, no man, pull it up, Sarah." And a bag of pull ups. But should I charge them for the pull ups? You know.
Ah,
Yeah, but it's a whole heap
yeah,
of pull up,
offering. You can't say money pull up, so you have to take a offering.
offering pull up, saints
Offering, take a
offering.
offering, take a love gift.
Take a love gift. All right. Now we're gonna talk about your songs in just a few because you do have some new songs that you dropped sincere. So we're gonna talk about those in just a few. But before I go to that,
Nadine,
you're
leave me alone.
what
I am
Nadine?
on an
Nadine,
interview.
Nadine, please. Nadine?
Leave me alone. Okay? It's okay to share time with Sarah. Leave me alone, please.
Nadine, please. To stop it right now,
Yeah, but
Nadine.
just I make the whole world know so you try text me. I bad me up for the song. I'm
Uh,
sorry, my dear, my sister. I'm gonna send it over. Sorry, you can play it for her. She a way song.
Nadine, it's not the system. It's not the system, Nadine. Right? It is
Yeah,
on this.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Communication is vital. So important. Give it to her. Let she know.
I will. I will. Oh, hold on. In a mouthful. Anyway, Daddy, don't worry yourself, man. We're gonna play the song in just a moment, by the way. Now you're known for bridging the gap between gospel and
She accused me.
Nadine, can you please, Nadine, please say it something to pray
Nadine,
for
please
Nadine.
leave me alone. I'm on an interview.
Interview.
Stop it.
Stop it, Nadine.
For
Come on, man,
Christ's sake.
Nadine. So Nadine's here though. Anyway, Friday,
I'm
you're
a
known
sister,
for
man.
yes, man. You're known for bridging the gap between gospel and secular audiences. What's the key to reaching both?
Relevance.
Relevance.
Godly relevance. All right. So again, I have never gone out of my way to say, oh, my collab with a secular artist, or if me and a secular artist do this, then it gonna be bigger. No. These people are people who are naturally my brethren them. Naturally my sister in them, me and Bounty Killer friend. Me and Cartel good. Me and all of the man them good. From day zero. So it's not like I'm trying to. I have always been one of them thing that were one of them people where God blessed with that type of influence humbly,
Yeah.
where me go church, me and Bounty Killer go up on stage together from in the earlys, me and Red Rat them, me carry them, Wayne Marshall them, everybody got recharge.
Yes.
And again, it wasn't received well. But for me, my thought process has always been if we have Jesus, if we have the powerful word of the Lord, and we know say it can transform lives, then what we're afraid for?
Yeah.
Why can't we bring these gentlemen and these ladies in the church? I
Mm-hmm.
know that the blood of Jesus will transform them. And
Yeah.
that's why I'm saying I wish and years after many of them become saved. And
Yeah.
I know Pastor Palmer is on his way. I know
Pastor Plumber.
Evangelist
And that's
Palmer,
Adija Plumber.
Adija Palmer is on his way. I know Evangelist Spice is on our way.
Oh, I love
So
that.
listen to me. Don't watch the process, man. Just make the process do the process. Make God do theme part. The, the,
Yes.
the problem that we have while we're not bridging the gap, we're trying to make what makes our friends feel happy. But
Hmm.
the minute we please God in what we do, it will reach.
Yeah, it will.
No
It.
man come to the master unless he draws them. You
Yes.
can't draw people. You don't have no power for win no soul. You have to just do the work and God will be glorified.
The rest, amen. Now tell us more about your Recharge Youth Festival. I know we touched on it a bit last week.
Recharge Youth Festival. That festival was birthed out of pure um passion, God, and a need to help young talent. At the time when I was doing Recharge, I was supposed to do my second album. I put my second album on hold. I have a few $1 million that I was going to spend on my album. And I invested that in an album called Recharge. That's where most of these men who are the stalwart and the household names of Jamaica gospel
Yeah.
now
Yes.
came out on the DJ Nicholas, Ryan Mark, Catalyst Crew with Jai, um, Jason Mighty, a whole lot of them. And I God allowed me to do Recharge because I wanted to give a platform to these youngsters at the time. They were they are talented people, but the doors weren't so readily open. So I went and I learned carpentry and
Oh,
I made my own doors. And then when I make the door, I open it and put them through it. So nobody could
wait,
knock no door
wait.
in them face.
Hold on. So you actually learned to do carpentry?
Metaphorically.
Oh, okay. Because I was okay. You know what's there?
I just
Listen,
say the moral of the story is that there are days when people don't want to open a door for you.
that's
You have
true.
to learn how to make your own doors. You have
Yes.
to learn how to go to God. And one of the things that I've learned, you cannot open doors that God shut. And you cannot shut doors that God open. So
Okay.
sometimes the doors we're trying to enter, they are supposed to be exit doors for us. And we just don't understand until we understand.
Hmm. What would you say is the importance of, helping young youths coming up in music? Why is it so
Very
important?
important.
Yeah.
It's super important for me. Um, it is so important for me that I believe musically, in all humility, I am single-handedly responsible for almost the entire dancehall gospel fraternity. There's
Mm,
not one today that has not passed through my hand. To God be the glory. You might
amen.
not hear it, it might not be sung, and I've never been on the mountaintop saying it, but name them and ask. Everybody who is anybody, Kevin Downswell, Jason Mighty, DJ Nicholas, Ryan Mark, Omari, Catalyst, Jai, name them. Every single solitary body, God allow. And this is one of the things when you were asking last week why the name the CEO.
Yes.
That's it. And they used to call me Prodigy Daddy. That's how the names came about. They are not just mantras, they are actually things. Most of the producers that
Yeah.
came up as young producers, because Danny Brownie taught me a whole lot. And
Hmm.
I believe that the only way that we will secure legacy is by passing on and handing down to the next generation, which it is so lacking in this time. I I want to retire so bad. Like I just want to retire, but I'm just
You want to retire music?
I want to, but I can't.
Oh, we don't want you to.
Yeah, I will when we find capable hands to put it in.
Do you see any promising person that could probably, you can probably put it in their hands?
There are a lot of talents out there,
Yes.
a lot of talented gospel artists, a lot of anointed gospel artists, a lot of people singing good songs, a lot of people making viral songs.
Yeah.
But there's a difference with viral songs. There's a difference with current. There's a difference with trending, and there's a difference with anointed household names.
Yes.
You can make all the trending songs. You can make all the viral songs. 5, 10 years from now, somebody will be going through some problems, and they can just sit back and sing that song, and
Yes.
it become their bridge to help them over troubled water. And
Mm,
that's where I look when I look for talent. I
yes.
look deeper than what's happening on the surface. I look deeper. I'm not knocking anybody at all. Because I was at a place where I was just doing music and it was happening.
Hmm.
And the good thing is I had a solid mentor, Danny Brownie, along with Pastor Bruce Fletcher, David King, God rest his soul, Oral McCook. I had a solid foundation.
Yes.
Allison, the Nigel Wilkinsons, the people who would have been there to say, no man, that no work. The GTs, the those people. Now, a lot of us today, I don't know. The truth is, I don't know most of the talents. I see them on something in passing because me not really social media like that. I see them in passing. Nadine, leave me alone. And
Nadine,
and um
Bossa.
and I will hear some songs and they sound good. And so there are talented people out there. So nobody not come for me. Not that I am afraid. But it's deeper than that for me. Every single minister need mentor.
Yes.
Because making a song for your friend to jump and scream and holler today, you can scream in Jamaica and you never scream across the border. Yeah, you can go Antigua and go to diaspora in America, New York, and nothing is wrong with that. You start to be impactful musically. I'm not talking spiritually. When you start to go to Madagascar, when you
Ah,
start to go to Africa, when Sierra Leone call you, not just the regular part of Africa. I know no part of Africa is but just get what I'm saying. You have to make music that outlive you. I
yes.
I remember what Danny Brown said to me one day. Danny, I was in the studio, and after we did I Wish became so big. Everybody began to say, "Boy, Prodigal, you can't find another song bigger than that." And I start to believe them. I sat down with my mentor and we in the studio and him said to me, "Your tour, that song you carry around the world. You do everywhere, you do Europe, you do America, you do name it. However, we can make a few more number one records, or we can sit down and create sustainability and a household name that will take the gospel of Jesus Christ to the world, and it will be here even after you're long gone. You
Mm,
can you can choose some number one record or you can choose that." And I say, when do we start? And 25 years later, I see some kids singing the songs that are older than them.
Yes. Yes, indeed. You know, it's lasting. When you leave a legacy, well, you know, leave it yet. Well, it's still here, but you know what I mean when I say that, right? Yeah, you know what I mean when I say that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The legacy is here. Listen, the song is your songs are timeless. And I was just talking to my brother the other day when I went to St. Thomas, and I was telling him that, you know, I listened, interviewed Prodigal just the other day. Let me tell you something. My brother, when I was living in St. Thomas, would be playing your songs, book. So but that's how I know all of your songs, them words
Thanks
for
to your
word,
brother.
because
Boy, boy,
it reached
boy,
them out. I'm
thanks to
like,
your brother.
and his favorite one was whoa. And you see when I'm gonna get a nuts. Wow, wow. No, you've toured the whole world. I can say that. Yeah, man. So tell us about your international tours. How has the message been received internationally? So when you go to Madagascar, you know, all of those places that would call you and say, you know, say, I need to come and bless the stage. How has the message of your songs or the messages, because there's more than one songs you would have ministered?
I think
Okay.
let me say this. I have had so many surprise and shock in the industry and
Mhm.
in ministering that, and I've been blessed so much. Africa lives in my mind. I was in Sierra Leone, um, and while I was there, we played 4 nights in a row at a venue. The venue
Oh,
was dirt.
dirt.
We had more than, say, we have 40,000 people every night. And these people, they were on their face in the dirt worshiping. I watched scales drop from people's eye.
Wow.
People was just being blessed. That experience will never leave my mind. Anybody that was on that trip can attest to it. Um, so that is one of the things. And what was so funny when I got that trip for Sierra Leone, I was in Constant Spring. Them time I own More Gospel, the store, and we up there having prayer meeting, and we are say God open new territories and make the phone start ring again. I can call witnesses. Ryan, Ron Mattison, Andrea McCurdy now, Rovel, to name, and Murphy was there, and at the time my road manager was Ricardo, salesman. And while we were praying, I hear the phone start ringing. As we said, God, you need just make this phone start ringing to new doors. The phone start ringing. Murphy, D. Murphy pick up the phone and answer the phone. The call was coming from Ben Cirello, Maurice Cirello's ministry, the
Mm.
Word Network. And they said that they're listening to a song that they can't stop listening to. It's blessing their heart, and they want me to do praise and worship for the session for the Word Network.
Which song was
Um,
that?
I said, what? I said, you know what song that was? The back like a lava ground.
Song. What song, you know?
But they wanted it for praise and worship.
Oh,
And
praise
that's
and
why I tell you that
worship.
was there's some culture shock and surprise. So I asked them where we going, and they say Africa. They're doing a whole
Mm.
tour in Africa, whole, and I say okay, but this will need a lot to because my band is X amount of people, all of that, and they're like, that's not a problem.
Oh,
They I was supposed to go to New York. We were to get the relevant documents at the time in
yeah.
Jamaica. They said because they want to expedite it, we had to go to Washington. So
DC. Yeah.
Ron Mattison and Kevin Clark at the time, I told them, all right, you guys go into Washington because I can't leave the country at the time. I was working on a record. So they flew to Washington. They got, they brought all the documents, boom, get everything done, came back to Jamaica, and then we were on a plane to Brussels. We went to Brussels. We left from Brussels. We went to Gambia. We left from Gambia. We went to Sierra Leone. We did Sierra Leone. And we spent all that time and we came back. And I want to say this for us that are promoting and doing music in Jamaica. My sister, I watch these guys spend money to fly people just to make sure the documents was expedited at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Then flew us halfway across the world, well, way across the world and a continent. Took care of us, sent us back. We not post nothing. And as we came back, they say, hey, there was a big earthquake in Haiti. They say, we need you in Haiti. They fuel a jet, send it, and we were on a private jet to Haiti.
Wow.
Couple days after the earthquake, we went in, we walk off the plane and the tarmac, we went to the straight to the venue, we ministered, and at that, I think we brought, I'm not sure, I think Minister Colin Davis came to that one, and we ministered, and we got off the plane, flew right back to America, and then back to Jamaica. And I'm saying that I am a for me, my private. Like we do that interview, yeah, and your producer will tell us say she maybe jump through a whole heap of hoops. But the truth, for even get me sit down and have a conversation, because I'm not the social media person. I am not the guy who want to come and toot my horn and do whatever. Because the Bible says whatever you're doing open, you already get your reward. I want God to say well done.
Yes.
Africa has been my standout when I went to 80. 80 was my standout. You hear me talk about 80. America, allow me alone now.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see it.
When I went to 80, that was a good one. I mean, every place is special, but there are some standout moments. I remember we went to England. I did my first tour in England. I borrow alone. I borrow $2 million for go to England them time there. I'm gonna go over there, I'm gonna rent a house for a month. I'm gonna bring my team. We don't know what gonna happen. But I decided that I'm gonna invest in the gospel and invest in me. And we went there and we had all sold out venues and we were there for a month. And we came back and by the time we come back, people, my PF Malone and everybody was willing to book us to come back. You
Wow.
understand? And we
Yeah.
start doing that. Europe, name it, Netherlands, name it. God has been extremely good to me. I can't there's few parts in America that I've not been. The Caribbean, I think I've done it in its entirety.
Yes.
Um, we go everywhere. Israel, we go everywhere. God is so good. And this is why when you ask the question about if I see talent, yes, I do. But I just think the talents need to be nurtured. I think
Mm-hmm.
some of the talents are getting way ahead of themselves. And I've been there before. And my mentors have to pull me. So you see, you can't have fans as your managers and your producers.
Yeah. True.
They will lie to you because they are caught up in the moment. There's got to be someone that bring you back down to reality. Like me tell you, oh, me go and sing in a arena and I jump up and Buju Banton Ghana, me I close the show and the place I mash up. And when me come off stage now, hype. Me I take a flight to Antigua. Me I say, oh, Danny will mash up the place. And Danny say, you're
It's a
half
no.
speed, you're flat, you just are run all over the stage. You need some people to bring you back to reality, or you will lose yourself. This
Uh,
is not an attempt to go for anybody or to bash anybody. All I'm saying, there are so many talents in Jamaica. I just want us to spend the time to know God. to know who you're singing about, to spend that time there. Not because you have a song that is taking you on an aeroplane mean that you are a superstar. It is
Yeah.
not about that at all. Not because 1,000 people scream when you go on stage. It does not mean that you are. Take it from me. I have been to the rise, the falls, the rise, the falls, and that is it. Please. I am not coming for anybody, but I see a great need for nurturing of talent. I see
Yeah.
a great need for proper structure and
Hmm.
infrastructure and people to mold these talents, or else they will just be again the wayside.
Ah, now, how do you select artists? Profound words, by the way. How do you select artists you're welcome to collaborate with, especially if they're secular artists?
Me not gonna get spiritual with them. I have to like it. I have to like the song. The song have to have a proper message. I I believe in songs that is telling someone to do something. It is solving a problem. It's supposed to be bringing solution, or and first and foremost, it is supposed to win souls.
Yes.
So if all of them three things they come together and it makes sense, then it makes sense. If it don't make no sense, it just don't make no sense. I mean, to God, I'm not. I tell you this last week. I'm not the most talented person that there is. But one thing I will tell you, I am very skeptic and meticulous. Bible said to whom much is given, much is
Much.
required. A bunch of people would, approach me for collabs. A lot of collabs. I just don't. You won't find a lot of collaboration with me. If you search hard, long and hard, you will. I can literally tell you all the people I've collabed with throughout my entire years because it has to make sense.
Yes, it
Now
has
I'm not
to.
saying people don't make sense. It have to
Yes.
make sense to me. That's it.
Ah. Oh, 0455. This person on our WhatsApp line says, Prodi, blessings is still my ringtone after all these years.
Wow.
It's still one of my favorites. I love that one, Never Joe. And I think that was on your top three last week when you gave
Right.
us.
Blessing around me down. Me write that song in my car.
Mm.
I was driving one day, and after walking in the rain, doing all of these things and whatever, I went and I bought a BMW. I may I drive home and I start sing blessing around me down. I never even think about it. It just come out of my mouth.
Yeah.
And then I said, what? That sound good. I mean, look, he says not. I saw Teddy to follow me. So it was just a testimony. And I said, Danny, link me, me find something. And Danny said, never have the time at the time. And
Yes.
I ended up producing that song myself with my other group. The entire album of Still Standing is a self-produced album. That's where
Oh,
Radical Yard was birthed.
yes.
7699 is a production of myself and Ryan and Ron Mattison. And one thing you know, me give people them flowers. You understand? I don't
Yes.
care who want to give me my credit. My phone is straight. I don't need it.
You know, I can't about this. I can't about this. You don't need your credit because I'm phone straight. You don't need your credit, all right? Okay. Uh, talk to us about Radical Yard now. I believe you own Radical Yard.
Yeah, man. Radical Yard Radical Yard is my baby. That's the company I formed um to help everybody, to help
Yes.
myself and to help everybody in the industry. So most of these talents that I named earlier, which I won't go over, they were either managed by Radical Yard, produced by Radical Yard. Most of them was managed by Radical Yard, produced by Radical Yard. Them first album come out of Radical Yard, Shepherd Radical Yard. And again, me I telling you, say, no need for talk to Shepherd. Him a
We win. We win.
legendary youth. You understand?
Yeah.
So no need for find him. What's her name again? Yeah, say it for me. I don't like mess up people name now.
Oh,
Your
where?
producer.
Oh, Yashika.
Yashika. Go find Shepherd. All right.
We will.
All
Yeah.
right, thanks. Um, so Radical Yard, Radical Yard is actually that company that was what I would say, one of the, I don't want to use the word, the catalyst. Radical Yard catapult a lot of talents into their full potential,
Mm.
right? Radical Yard changed the lives of a lot of people. And I'm telling you something. I can't not say I never do this by myself with Radical Yard. My ex, my ex-wife at the time, Joan, she was a pivotal. She stood in that company and
Mm.
she did her did.
She,
So
she did her
she,
did.
yeah, she did her did. And she held down the company. She helped to grow the company. And I
Mm.
have to give that because a lot of people now want to give people them props and give people them respect.
Yes.
Prodigal Son did not reach here because Prodigal Son is this super talented person. There's a lot of little pieces and puzzles and people who came into my life and did something. There was somebody who pray. There's somebody who just give me one cup of water. There's somebody who just say, youth, you can't do that, I'm looking at myself. There's a lot of different aspect that make myself, Radical Yard, and the people who are quote unquote successful today be at the place that they are right
Oh,
now.
nice. Now, earlier you mentioned Nigel Wilkinson, the music master, the gospel
Yeah,
music
man, a machine, man.
master. What role did he play in your life? Yeah, you mentioned him.
All right, so here Nigel. Nigel is this brother who just walk up to me and me just feel a shoulder, a hand on my shoulder. And say, what is going on now, sir? It's a safe ears. It's a safe ears. Um, it's a safe space. I could have speak to him and him listen. And after I'm listening, I'll give you advice and it's gonna be right there. It's the same
Mm,
for a man like GT. My sister Alison Dexter is that person. That me can just turn up our office, turn up our house. Me say, sis, me need the key and me just go lie down. And she come and she say, big money, all right? And me say, yeah. So again, those are the people. Nadine Blair, we are fighting upon the
and a
thing right
message off
now.
your phone.
Good. So, rebirth. I want you to, when him forward over love, people see me a rebirth today. And I say, I might think, yesterday, no, Basilia, when nobody now look pan Basilia, me give her first stage to MC pan. I was
Um,
always there with them. I was always there, rebirth, DJ, Chinny them, the all of them. So we God allow us to build something together. And I
yeah.
know this will last the test of time and span generations.
Mm, yes. And I must say, you're a real entrepreneur, no? Because
Ah,
you said you had a store called More Gospel Store.
mm-hmm.
What's that all about?
So at the time, my mentor, Danny Brownie, owned the store
Mm-hmm.
that sell Christian apparel. At the
Oh,
time, it was distribution of CDs, all of that stuff. So all the artists would go there for their distribution in Jamaica, and I
yeah.
bought that from him. So
Oh.
I became the owner of that. So yeah,
CEO, right your store. Guys, that alone we get CEO. Now, what's
that
one
is
thing
good.
all the time? What's one thing people don't know about you? Or let's say you're private to know, so you know.
One thing people don't know about me,
Yeah.
a lot of time the things that they think bothered me, I'm unbothered.
Mm.
I appreciate the prayers. I appreciate the support. But people will come to me and say, boy, me no know you not get the respect where you forget. Or me no think them a treat you right. Or this, that. I may I pray for you. I may I say thank you very much. But waters off the duck's back. I'm unbothered.
You're unbothered. I love that. I want to be just as unbothered as you.
I am. And it's the truth. I'm not pretending. There was a time that it bothers me. I'm unbothered right now. My grandmother say anything frighten her, stop trainer. That's something.
And
Yeah,
you know, if you listen to the interview last week, you know how important his grandma was in his life. Yeah, yeah. Oh, by the way, last week, I was supposed to ask you this question about your grandma. You mentioned that when a person came up to you, just introducing God and talking about God to you, you said, "What them did? What them killed my grandma? They killed your grandma?"
no, I said where them did they when my grandmother dead.
Oh,
Yeah. I asked where God did that because him said God love you, and I'm like, yo, where God did that when my mother give me away? Where God did that when time my grandmother dead? When me I just I turned 13. Where
mhm.
God did there. And it was just questions.
Yeah.
And him said the same place where him did there when his son was dying on the cross for your sins. And
Wow.
that hit me. And today, here it is. Perfectly imperfect youth there, so. But me not let go God for nothing.
Nah.
Satan, let go my t-shirt.
No, like a God for none. I love it.
No tongue
Now
we.
let me get some responses. I'm gonna go to the responses from our WhatsApp and also on Facebook. Can't get all of them, because it's too much. Now, Tanisha says he had a concert that he organized a few years ago that was a real blessing. Something radical in the park or something like that.
Where?
It's somewhere in the park. She tried to remember the name, but she says it was a real blessing to her. And Pat, another listener, says you're well deserving of
Blessings.
anything and everything that you get. God is using you, my brother. The blessings of God, they're on you. The blessings are on you. True
I'm
words.
humble. Bless up.
Yeah. Don't blame him. Now let go, God. See himself. And she says, it's long time I knew you, You still know him, So long time I know him.
Long time you know me don't.
He's a real
Blessing.
man of God. Sister Pat from overseas. So she's somewhere in foreign, maybe close to you.
Blessing, sister Patina Foreign. Other them.
Yvonne, Yvonne says, I have never been hungry on Christmas Eve. Even, well, from the year I met you. It's just God.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
We
wow.
have do that.
That's nice. That's really nice. Oh, there are more things I can't get all of them. Children of God, just know say on a large and a big up party and yeah, cause my cat is holy. I
Yvonne,
can't
bless
get
you so much. What do that, baby girl?
uh, that's so sweet. RGD, Melisha, we call her RGD. She says, big up yourself, Praddy. Continue to sing for the Lord. As Stacey said, you're hilarious. Yeah.
RGD, watch it now. Triple R family. What go on? Radical. Real reaching real.
Yeah, it's all it more. But Sophia, Praddy, been a listener since his face was on a t-shirt. You used to have your face on a t-shirt too?
That's it, man.
All right. You've been a fan from ever since. Again, happy Father's Day when it comes, Praddy, from me, Sarah, and the chirpy one. Now, what do you want to say to the men listening now? We're going to wrap
Listen,
up.
fathers, there's a difference between a man and a father. Everybody can be a man. Every man, for you have a genitalia that say that's something, then you're a male. But that doesn't make you a father. So
Yes.
me I say fathers, me know sometimes, or most of the time, we don't get the respect what we deserve. And we still have to fix for those who have been, for those who break things. Don't stop fixing. Maybe we might not get it, but our sons, our grandsons will get it. All I'm
Yes.
saying, just keep on fixing. And happy Father's Day when it forward. Father's Day are not just tomorrow. Or when? Sunday?
So, there.
Father's Day are every day. Love your pick them unconditionally.
I
Love
mean,
who give your children them. no matter how them stay.
Oh.
Just know say God. And remember, you have a father who, when you and I
Yes.
go stray and do the wrong things, him forgive us and love us and support us. No matter
Yeah.
where your children them, to support them and love them in a
Yes.
godly way. Respect fathers, respect everybody who are listening out there. Keep your ears close.
Yes,
I drop
because
something this year, man.
yeah, drop more things this year, because this turn it around. Love, love, love. Love it. Love it. Before we go, I have to read this one. The final one. Jackie Saunders, we Praise Academy of Dance, danced with him and went places with him. Did music videos with him. Boy, in a music video too.
Yeah, man,
Me
Praise
want-
Academy, the whole of them video there. Praise Academy. Anti-Pat, where you there?
She said, no. Say Auntie Pat here. Say, love you, Prodigal from Praise Academy and Auntie Pat. All that time. I want to be in music videos too. And I would
What's why
alone.
never not?
And I would alone in music videos. Right. Anyway, thank you so much again, Prodigal, for stopping by and sharing again. Thank you.
Always a pleasure, man. Bless him. Yashika, bless him himself.
And you will link.
Come for me. God bless you.
Yeah, Nadine, stop. And you will help us with Shepherd, and we'll have him on one of these days. Thank you again.
Blessings.
Bless you.
Jesus, I turn it around.